Hello everyone, I am Yan, your favorite friendly Frenchman, and my park needs your help. I've started Belleflore on a console knowing full well that I'd need a PC to continue and finish it one day because at some point I would reach a roadblock in the form of the complexity meter, and well, I've now reached that point, so when I say my park needs your help, it's actually me that does. I need your help. You might not know that I've been doing YouTube more than full-time for over a year now in the hopes of one day making a living thanks to my passion, and let me be honest, right now, I am not. But it still is the plan, so if you want me to continue making cool videos and projects for the foreseeable future, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and consider supporting my hard work by becoming a channel supporter or a VIP supporter with the link in the description. All of that goes a long way for me to turn this channel into a sustainable business and to be able to afford a great PC one day. I'm counting on you, and to show you that I am, let me tell you my plans for the future of Belleflore. So, let's see. So far what you've seen in the first 4 episodes were the historical grounds, Vapeur-sur-Rail, and of course Alpenstadt in the last 2 episodes. Let's start by going clockwise with Wildwater, an area that I'd revealed early on in the series, which will look like an American town in the Rocky Mountains. This will be a very interesting project, because much like the areas we currently have in the park, Wildwater will be a legacy area, meaning it was one of the first ones built in the park, but much like Vapeur-sur-Rail, it got rethemed and modernized from your cliché European Wild West area to a more jukebox-era small town, and that transitional aspect from one to the other will be very fun to work with. The legacy attraction of this area will be a river rapids called Wildwater Rafting, which takes guests on a soaking expedition in a Bryce Canyon-inspired environment. Flying above this ride and running around the area will be a Vekoma LIM family coaster, which replaces the park's mine train in the park story. We don't have a launch coaster in Belleflore yet, so I say it's a more than worthy addition. This one will rock some Jeep-looking trains and will be named Off-Road Trail. Last but certainly not least for this area, and yes, by now you've guessed that this will be the park's largest area, we have Bucking Bronco, a muscle car-themed GCI terrain wooden coaster that will go right next to the manor grounds to welcome guests in Wildwater. I was really inspired by Wild Buffalo that opened at La Mer de Sable this year when I planned this, because I am obsessed with how the lift hill takes the train all the way up an actual hill. In fact, this is what gave me the idea to make Belleflore in a valley in the first place. Naturally, there will also be flat rides, restaurants and shops for the areas that I'm talking about, but I'd rather focus on our main rides, otherwise we would be here all day. Next to Wildwater, we'll have a Mexican village called La Serpiente. This is probably the less developed of the areas I have planned for the future, because it's the one that I might choose to scrap to give the others more room. Regardless, the plans are exciting, with a B&M invert called Kukulkan diving into the Mayan heritage of this region of the world. This should be inspired by Black Mamba and Nemesis in the way that it will dive in and out of trenches in an archaeological dig next to a temple. This could also become a Vekoma STC if a future DLC or update brings us that possibility. In this area, you'll also find the village of La Serpiente with a dancing school where you'll be able to dance thanks to a trackless dark ride called Bailando. I don't think people realize we can do a very cool trick to make dark rides look actually trackless, but I'll be doing one in my next video to show you how. Don't worry, I have exciting and magical plans. This area will have a nice blend of adventure and Mexican culture, and now that I think about it, this is the first thrill coaster that I'm telling you about for Belleflore, but certainly not the last. After La Serpiente, aligned with the manor grounds at the center of the park, we'll see the legendary Avalonia. This area would probably be the most recent in the park story, and that's why it will bet a lot on immersing the guests in a highly themed English medieval fantasy setting. We'll have 2 different mini areas in there. One is the castle surrounded by a moat where you'll be able to lose yourself in a custom hedge maze and spin around the castle with a Merlin-themed Mac family launch spinner. The other area will be the Dark Forest, where you will find another one of the most intense rides in the park, the Black Knight, an RMC terrain hybrid coaster. I've always wanted to build one of these, and this will be the perfect opportunity to do so, I think. Interestingly, Avalonia should be a rather thin area compared to the others, because it will go further inland compared to the other areas being almost entirely on the coast of the lake. Speaking of coast, after Avalonia, the final area that brings us back to Alpenstadt will be a Norwegian coastal village called Fiskekysten. Please correct my pronunciation, by the way, I'm trying to get this one right. This will be an area that would have been built in the mid-2010s with 2 Mack coasters as its main rides, a Mack water coaster called Fiskersang, which means Fisherman's Song, and a Mack mega coaster called Borealis themed to Northern Lights. This is the area that I would have loved to start right after completing Alpenstadt in the last episode, but sadly I'll have to hang on to those ideas for some time in the future. Of course, the loop of the park will be completed with all of this, but as you know, I love doing backstage stuff in this park to make it more real, and a PC would allow me to have no strings attached regarding that. Imagine staff parking lots, admin buildings, workshops, warehouses, greenhouses. It's crazy to daydream about those seemingly boring things, but there are so many possibilities, so if you want to see all of that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and consider becoming a channel supporter or a VIP supporter with the link in the description. Now that we've had a chat about what's to come in the park, it's time to finish the console season properly by having a look back on this project. Belleflore is the park project that I feel the closest to, because it hits so close to home, you know, it's set in Nord-Pas-de-Calais where I've lived all my life, and it's a love letter to the parks I grew up going to. I basically wanted to make my ideal nostalgia park really, somewhere that a kid would love to grow up in and where they could collect beautiful memories with their family and friends over the years. And on top of that, I also designed my creations with you in mind, because I know how nice it is to simply lose yourself in a virtual park for an hour or 2 or maybe even more. I'm just trying to make your day a little bit better with what I do, and if I've managed to make you smile even once, then it's all worth it. Because that is the beauty of this game, you know, beyond the fantastic builds and the awesome coasters and the incredible rides that we can make, the real heart of it all is in the ability to share what we do with others. So I guess this is why I keep making these after so long, simply because you're here and you're the most important part of my creations. And with that, this is the end of the console season of Belleflore. Make sure to like and subscribe so that you won't miss my next project and that one day you'll be able to catch the second season, which will be on PC. Oh, you've already subscribed to the channel? Well, how about becoming a channel supporter then? You'll be the first to see the videos on my new project in early access, see progress updates from what I'm building next, and of course get your names in my parks and at the end of my videos like the legends you're seeing here. VIP supporters even get all that, plus exclusive shorts where I explain my progress updates fresh out of the oven, and a VIP Discord channel to chat with me and follow my progress daily. You'll find the link to join the supporters in the description. Naturally, now that the console file is complete, you can finally download this park thanks to this share code, and if you do, I really recommend to visit the park in first person as well, because that's when it feels most real. Thank you so much for watching my video. This has been Yan, your favorite friendly Frenchman, and as always, you've been awesome, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.